So you've decided to become a voiceover artist or an audiobook narrator. But where do I find work? How do we get the work coming in? Let's talk about it. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. So you've decided to become a voiceover artist or an audiobook narrator, and you don't know where to find the work. Maybe you do know where to find the work, but you don't have a good strategy, a good marketing strategy. How do you market yourself? Well, there's a few different ways to go about it. One is all the websites, right? There's a lot of websites out there, over 100 of them. Freelance marketplaces like Fiverr and Upwork, freelancer.com, Guru. There's a lot of them. If you just do a quick Google search, you'll see that there are lots of them. And make sure that you do your research on these sites before you sign up. And there's also pay to play sites like the ones that you've probably heard before, Voice123, voices.com, there's Bidalgo, there's Backstage, there's a lot of different voiceover websites. So you create profiles on those. A lot of those sites will allow you to create profiles for free, and some of them, in order to audition and to grow your business further, will require you to pay, either a monthly fee and a semi-annual fee, a quarterly fee. Again, that comes with the research. Do your research on these sites before you sign up to understand how they get their piece of the pie. Once you have profiles on these sites and demos, make sure that you have demos. You make sure that you fill out everything that you can fill out on these sites, right? That's step one, or strategy one, is to get on all the websites that you can, including your own. Don't forget the importance of your own voiceover website. And I've talked about this many times, and I've got a few videos here on my channel where I talk about just your voiceover website. But once you have a presence on all of these websites, the ones that you choose to be on, there's also direct marketing. What is direct marketing? Direct marketing is you reaching out to potential clients. Now, this could be good old cold calling. This could be warm calling. This could be phone calls of any sort. Yes, you can do that still. There's also email marketing, meaning that you use Google or the search engine of your choice and find potential companies that you think you would like to work with, right? Companies that use voiceover artists for various reasons. And you email them. The important thing to think about when you're emailing clients, and cold calling for that matter, is to have a good idea of what you're going to say, right? Because we don't want to come off as, that salesperson type and we feel all cringy and gross and, like a telemarketer. I know. So it's important to think about what you're going to say, whether it's in, verbally over the phone or whether it's, the voice of your email. I think for email, the subject line is really going to be the thing that gets your email opened, right? Because if your email subject line just says, "Hey, are you looking for a voice artist?" or, something like that, then it may not get opened. It may just be moved to spam, right? And also, that's another thing to consider. Don't shoot, one email out to dozens of different people all in the same email. That will definitely get your email flagged as spam and thrown in their spam folder, and it'll never see the light of day. Choose an individual person and send a direct email to that person. There is an art to email marketing. But your subject line is going to be one of the most important elements of this email marketing strategy. And ultimately, what you want to do in this subject line is to solve the client's problem, right? Is your roster getting a little bit stagnant? I mean, don't be insulting, but I mean something like that, something that sort of piques their interest. Looking for a fresh new voice for your your e-learning courses that you create, something along those lines. Don't quote me on that. That's probably not a great subject line, but I think you probably understand what I'm saying. Solve the client's problem in your subject line. That may guarantee that it gets opened more frequently. Another way to go about marketing yourself is, of course, social media marketing. Now, this is a really big one, and I'm sure whichever platform that you frequent, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, you'll see tons of ads for small businesses making videos, video content to, you support their brand, to market their brand. And not a lot of people like the sound of their own voices. I'm sure you've heard the AI voices that are available on some of these platforms. And believe it or not, some creators don't like the AI tool, the voiceover tool. It's easy and it's, more than likely free, but I don't know about you, maybe I'm just biased, but I don't like these voices. They work, but there's no human connection. There's no relatability. It's just fodder, right? It's just something there. It doesn't really give me any kind of connection. So if you were to also reach out to those creators and say, "Hey," maybe offer them, a bundle, kind of a volume, sort of a discount price deal on what they're doing. And then also social media marketing for yourself. You yourself get out there, make content, create videos. Um, you could be the inspirational quote guy. You could be the behind the scenes guy. Hey guys, this is what I'm doing in my studio today. Make it sort of like a vlog. Come along with me on my journey, kind of a thing. But it doesn't all have to be voiceover related either. It could be about you out walking the dogs, talking about something that's on your mind. You could be, on your way to go see a show. I mean, you could be, incorporate a little bit about yourself. It makes you more human. It makes you more relatable, right? Shows your personality and how funny you are, or, you know what I mean? So these are all sort of different approaches to marketing yourself. And I have to say that I think that a nice mix of all three is definitely what is needed. Diversify your marketing strategy. Get on to all the websites that you want to, right? Make sure that you do your research on these sites first. Make sure that you read their terms of service. Make sure that you understand how they get paid, how you get paid, how everything works on these sites before you sign up. If you're still a little hesitant about any of these sites, then reach out to your community, right? By this time, I'm hoping that you're part of some sort of a Facebook group or a mastermind or something where you're part of a voiceover community. Ask them. Ask them their opinions about different sites that you find. Does anybody have any luck on this site? Right? What's your take on this site? Ask around a little bit before you sign up on it and be clear about, again, how you get paid, right? Do you have to invoice the client? Do they collect the funds in escrow and then release them to you? How do you get paid, right? Also, how do they get paid? Do you need to pay them an annual fee? Do you need to give up 20% of your income for every order placed? How does that work? And then also the email marketing or direct marketing, whether you're deciding to call up companies directly, and using LinkedIn and Google are a good start for these, by just looking up a company, maybe locally in your area, and say, hey, do a little research on them too. Look up their websites and find out how they hire talent. Find out if they have in-house talent or if they hire remote talent, freelance talent. If they hire freelance talent, then find the person to reach out to and either call them up and ask if there's room on their roster for a fresh new voice, or you can send them an email and say, "Hey, I'm a voice actor. I just came across your website. It looks really interesting. I'd love to work with you. I'd love to be considered to be added to your roster." You know, that kind of approach would be good. I've done it myself. It works. And then also social media marketing. That is the one that costs you a little bit of time and a little bit of thought, perhaps a little bit of prep, but absolutely free to do. So a little bit of all three of those is what I would say to do. I've found not only myself, but a lot of people that I know in this industry have worked this approach with all three different branches of marketing, and it works just great, right? So if you have any questions about anything that I've covered here today, it's sort of like a broad brushstroke over all three of these. If you want me to break down any of these further, then please leave your comments down below. I appreciate the time you took to watch this video. I hope it helped. And if you have more questions and want live answers, I'm here on YouTube live every Tuesday at 12 p.m. EST for at least an hour for a live community chat. We usually talk about a topic or two. So I hope to see you there. But until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.